Heisman Trophy winning quarterback and two-time national champ at the U in Miami. Gino Torretta joins the program now with, of course, Touchdown Radio Network. He calls a bunch of games across the country in college football. Good morning, sir. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
Doing well. Now, that's an A-plus backdrop right there. The Orange Bowl, come on.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, I wish it was still there, and I wish we were still playing there because there was I never lost in there, so a lot of great memories and a lot of big moments. We haven't won a title since I think we left out of there. So
Sure.
Hey, you guys were pretty good. Pretty good. You guys had some talent on those teams, huh?
There was we were Alabama before they were Alabama. I guess
Sure.
I think we were 55-5, and a few Hall of Famers I got a chance to play with, and it was awesome. This city, when you win, I guess most cities when you win are pretty fun to be in, but we kind of ruled the roost down here.
Yeah, we say that all the time, right? Miami, USC, Texas, programs like that, they have to get back to make college football more balanced and more competitive and be, overall better again. Is Cristobal the guy? I have no doubt that Miami can get back to those days eventually. Is he the guy to do it?
I think so. I mean, they're investing finally in the program. I mean, I can remember when we were in school, it was one of the first times I was kind of disappointed in college athletics, if you will, when in 1990, the end of that season, we were ranked fourth. We were ranked third. And we thought we were the best team in the country because we had lost to BYU in the opening game. We had 2 losses. And we were told we were going to go play the highest ranked team. Well, we could have went and gone and played Georgia Tech in the Citrus Bowl, I believe it was, who Tech ended up splitting the national championship that season. And we went to Texas to play in the Cotton Bowl and proceeded to beat them by like 46-3. And because back then the Cotton Bowl was a bigger payday, and that's what our university and athletic department needed, was a bigger payday to support the program. So now they're investing in that program, and it's going to take some time, though. I mean, people just act like Nick Saban showed up and he was lights out at Alabama in year one. Nobody's lights out. I mean, unless a coach moves on and go to the NFL with success. Most college programs change coaches because it's not going well, and that's why we have Mario now. We changed coaches because it wasn't going very well.
How do you think they'll do Saturday at College Station?
I think it's going to be tough. A little disappointed that App State kind of shocked Texas A&M because I think, maybe Texas A&M was reading a little bit of the papers too much that, hey, we got the greatest recruiting class coming in. We beat Bama last year. This is our year to win a national championship. And then to basically get the ball held for 40 minutes by the other team by dominant play at the line of scrimmage. You kind of wake up a beast, and, never have we had a 2-loss team in the playoff, and I don't think it's going to start this year.
Yeah.
And I think they realize that. And I think it's going to be a totally different team than what we saw a week ago. I would say that emotionally now. Quarterbacks matter, especially in college football, and they have not had good quarterback play in the start of this season.
Yeah, you're calling Penn State at Auburn coming up this weekend for the Touchdown Radio Network. Penn State's on the road here, lane 3, and the total is 47. That actually came down, so a lot of the bets bringing that number down from where it was. I agree with that move, actually. How do you anticipate this game going coming up this weekend?
There's a couple of things. I'm a little shocked that the Big Ten's never played in Auburn Stadium, so that's kind of shocking. I think that, with Auburn, there's always something going on. They got rid of their athletic director within the last couple of weeks. How many years did we go where every week it was, when are they going to fire Malzahn? When are they going to fire Tuberville? It's just, there's always something going on. And I just think that there's so much outside noise there. It's kind of distracting. Mm-hmm. I think that with Penn State, you got an experienced quarterback. I think with Auburn, you got another quarterback that hasn't really played very well, TJ Finley. They're still trying to do too. And I think that it's one of the most difficult places to play in college football. I think on a neutral field, I think this would be a lot, higher line for Penn State. Ooh. But, I'm just curious to see how Penn State, if they react to the environment well, and it is loud, they should be able to go there and steal one on the road, which I think will create a lot of Parsons 8-7 in 2 years.
Yep.
And like I said, they always have something going on in Auburn for whatever reason. They always, think the next guy's better. And I hope that's not the case, but I wouldn't be surprised.
What do you think that is? Is that giving the boosters, or maybe the two biggest boosters, so much power and giving them open line of communication and what they say and how their money talks? If their money talks.
I think it's partly that. I think it maybe some that are boosters that maybe think they should be athletic directors.
Okay. Yeah.
So, it's just and they also have issues that obviously the other in-state school, by the way, is Alabama, and
Sure.
they're on the greatest run. Well, who did they get rid of a couple of coaches ago? Tuberville was like 7-1 against Bama. I mean, it's, you know what I mean? It's like they want to beat Bama, but he didn't win he didn't win a national championship. So that it's just listen, the grass isn't always greener on the other side, and I think there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen
Yes.
influencing decisions, and I don't, it hasn't gone well, and they have paid scads of money to old coaches, current coaches, and future current coaches.
Gino Torretta, our guest, touchdown radio analyst. He's on Penn State and Auburn Saturday. So we think Miami's on the right track. We know USC's on the right track with Riley. You had their game last week. I would say concerns about the defense, but what did you see out of USC?
The one thing I was concerned with, I just didn't see the dominant play at the line of scrimmage. I didn't see a Tony Baselli up front, and maybe there were some of the younger guys, because it was Stanford, and Stanford worst rush defense in college football, and especially the Pac-12 last year. I mean, it was horrible. And to me, if you're facing a team like that, you go out and you just pound the rock downhill, and they didn't do that. Now, if I'm an NFL team and you don't take Jordan Addison number one, I don't know. The kid just makes plays. I mean, it seems like every time he touched the ball, he was catching a touchdown. And Lincoln Riley was dialing up some big shots to him. I think, Jerry Rice's son and Mario Williams they have some weapons on the outside. I would want to see more balance from SC. But the passing game's kind of is secure. It was a crazy game to broadcast from the standpoint of 53 kids on their roster had been to other 4-year schools.
Crazy.
I mean, it was like broadcasting an NFL game. I'm like, all right, what year is he in the league? Where did he get drafted? Where did he come out of? And it's like, okay, so-and-so's from, Bishop O'Dowd in Oakland. He started at Stanford. It was an interesting deal.
Gino, we have about a minute left here. So as a former Heisman winner, obviously that means that you get a vote. You watch Caleb Williams. Forget about like the preseason stuff on Stroud and Young. Who would you have like top two right now? Would Williams be in the top two?
Based on stats. I mean, he's put it. I don't even. He was impressive in the game, and I think that he didn't do anything that would disappoint that. I thought C.J. Stroud won the Heisman last year when he threw for 5 touchdowns in about 8 minutes against Michigan State at home, really late in the year. And then Bryce Young obviously had the magical drive at Auburn, and then the unbelievable SEC championship game to basically secure the victory. So I just think these racers are awesome. I just love, I love college football and just see what transpires and who steps up big in these big games.
Yeah, and it's obviously very early right now, only a couple of weeks into the season. You can catch You can catch Gino's
something like that.
Yeah. Gino's call of Penn State and Auburn this week. It's 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific on the Touchdown Radio Network. It was a pleasure talking to you, sir. Thanks for the time today. We appreciate that.
Anytime, guys.
Yep.
Thank you.
There you go. I have to give him credit. I mean, that backdrop, if everybody would go out of their way
awesome.
for that, the Orange Bowl, come on, that's great.
That is awesome. I was surprised to see that. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And then lose there. Tough place to play, yeah.
Visit VSiN.com to get current odds, listen for free, find showtimes, and download VSiN sports betting podcasts.